Hi there, everyone. I'm meteorologist Ashley Baylor with a check of your latest forecast. Well, lots to discuss here. Our pattern is going to be very quiet over the next couple of days, but then later on this week, we have to watch what Tropical Storm Michael does very closely because I do think we are going to see some impacts here in Hampton Roads and Northeast North Carolina. But at least for tonight, mainly clear, stays pretty muggy. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Some places farther inland will start in the mid 60s. And then tomorrow, we're looking at scattered clouds, another warm and humid day with highs around 83. So basically, take today's forecast and paste it to Monday. It's going to be the exact same. So let's talk about Tropical Storm Michael. It continues to gain strength. Right now it is centered just off the Yucatan Peninsula, and as we put a track on this for you, it will likely continue to strengthen with winds picking up to 70 miles per hour as we head into Monday afternoon. So at that point, it's going to be a strong tropical storm borderlining on a weak hurricane. Now, as you can see, as we head towards Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock, it could potentially make landfall somewhere along the Florida Panhandle as a Category 2 storm with winds at 100 miles per hour. Now, even though this is a fairly narrow forecast cone for 5 days out, I would say there could really be an impact anywhere from Biloxi to Tampa, Florida. So we'll continue to watch that very closely. Now, what's very interesting is that the National Hurricane Center does have this forecasted to maintain Category 2 hurricane strength as it continues inland right through Georgia, and then it'll downgrade to a tropical storm by the time it reaches the Carolinas. But you can see we are well within the cone here as we go from Thursday on into Friday. But you can see it's really going to pick up speed once we get into Friday, which would end up being a great thing for us because that means as it moves in quickly, it moves out quickly. So wouldn't have a lot of time to do much damage here, but I really do think we're going to see some impacts, obviously in the form of rain. Question is, how strong can the winds possibly be? The good news is that we haven't had a ton of rain over the past couple weeks, so right now the ground isn't super saturated, so that will inevitably be beneficial for us. Unfortunately, for the places that did get a lot of rain and are still dealing with flooding from Florence, they look to be hit again with potentially a lot of rain, so it's going to be a little bit worse for North Carolina and South Carolina for sure. Here's a look at our spaghetti models, and as you can see, they maintain quite a bit of consistency going through Wednesday with it making landfall along the Florida Panhandle. We have some consistency going through Thursday and on into Friday. It looks like, again, the impacts will likely be from Washington, D.C. and over towards the Outer Banks. Now, here's looking at our European and our American model. The American model here in this pink color and the European model in the white color here. So as you can see, going into Wednesday, they're not exactly on track. It looks like they're taking the same track, but you can see by the time you get to Wednesday evening, the American model has already making landfall, whereas the European is still in the Gulf of Mexico. And so that's going to play into our forecasts. If the American is right, it's going to move in quickly and it's going to move out quickly, and it's not necessarily going to maintain tropical storm strength as it crosses over the Tidewater region, North Carolina. But notice the European drags it out a little more towards Friday and does have it maintaining a tropical storm or at least tropical depression strength by the time it reaches our neck of the woods. So yeah, a lot to kind of watch over the next couple of days here. So specifically Thursday and Friday, those are the days we are watching at this point. If you want a little bit of good news, and I do mean a little bit, at least temperatures do drop going into the next weekend. It'll finally feel like fall.